The ROG Azoth. It's what the die-hard keyboard enthusiasts have been waiting for. A custom DIY mechanical keyboard that allows you to not only swap out the keycaps, but the switches as well. And it has everything you need for you to disassemble and lubricate them. Man, this is chunky. It feels like if I drop it, it might break my foot.
Make sure it does hit your foot. Just don't damage my keyboard, please.
Well, I'm just gonna open it here where my foot's safe and let's see what's inside. Here you've got the ROG Azoth gaming keyboard with a 75% layout.
75, yes.
And an OLED display, intuitive controls similar to the ones on the Flare 2, a magnetic RF receiver storage bay, USB Type-C port, ultra-solid construction with an aluminum top plate, 3-level adjustable feet, PBT double-shot keycaps, ROG stabilizers, ROG NX switches, and a lube kit. There's a separate video guide on how to lube the switches. Check out the link below in the descriptions. By looking at all the extras inside the box, it's clear that this is far from an ordinary gaming keyboard, nor is it a typical DIY mechanical keyboard, but somewhere in between. This 75% design has both the gaming and DIY communities in mind. The compact size allows for more room for the mouse to move, while retaining all the shortcuts such as stealth and lighting effects, just like an 80% TKL. Aftermarket 75% keycaps can be swapped in without trouble. One of the features that stands out is the OLED display. How big is it?
It's a 2-inch.
Considering how compact this is, it's amazing how ROG has managed to fit a 2-inch OLED display on it. On the left, there's caps lock, scroll lock, and what's that guy with a hoodie and a D next to it?
That's the profile indicator.
Ah, and D's for default. Let me see. Profiles 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And back to default, cool. Under that would be the connection mode, USB, RF, and Bluetooth. Oh, and it even shows you which Bluetooth device. Up to 3, correct?
Yep.
It's handy. And is the pairing process the same as the wireless Scope series?
No. Since we have the intuitive controls and the OLED display, holding the ROG button on the side will now activate the pairing or toggle the dial to change the connected device.
At the bottom it says PC, which I noticed this as soon as I picked it up. Look over here and here. This is something that ROG has never done before. Max support. Yes! On the right side, by default you've got the RGB brightness controls. Any adjustments can be done with the auto centering dial. Flick up, down, or press. The ROG button on the side cycles through other functions, OLED brightness controls, RGB light effect modes, volume, and media controls. In the center, I noticed that there is a different animation whenever I change the profiles. What's the resolution on this?
256 by 64 pixels.
And you can create your own in Armoury Crate, right?
If you want to, yeah.
At this resolution, the animations or text can be more detailed compared to Anime Matrix. Instead of animations or text, the OLED could also display some audio effects or some handy always-on apps such as clock, alarm date, and calendar, or system info such as battery level, CPU temperature, etc. Having the OLED display is convenient when using the shortcut keys. You know exactly what changes you've made without going into the software. The durable PBT keycaps are mid-height with shorter stems to reduce wobble, and double shot molded for the backlight. All the ROG NX switches underneath are swappable. A fancy metal switch remover is included in the box. Generally, for large keys, you can only choose between CoStar and Cherry stabilizers, but there is always a trade-off. The ROG Azoth features ROG stabilizers, which are easy to mount with reduced wobble, like Cherry stabilizers. At the same time, fast keystrokes with less friction, like Co-Star stabilizers. You mentioned that the stabilizers can be swapped out.
Yeah, if you want, you can switch to Cherry.
For even smoother keystrokes and less noise, each the NX switch stem, base housing, and stabilizer are all pre-lubed. The pursuit of perfect acoustics and feel doesn't stop there. I've seen the triple layer dampening construction inside, and it's no wonder that this feels and sounds so premium. Can you elaborate on the different layers in more detail?
Sure. Beneath the metal top frame, we have a silicone gasket providing a cushioned feel, and below that we have a 3.5mm silicone pad absorbing noise. And then we have yet another layer of boron foam to further reduce vibrations and sound. And at the bottom, we have a silicone foam lined base which eliminates echoes.
And below that?
Well, you've got another layer right there.
Okay, good. Are you sure you couldn't fit another layer in there somehow? Here's what you'd expect to hear. With the incredible amount of dampening in there, it takes a great deal of meticulous planning to make sure that 1, it all fits in there, and 2, optimal reception, and 3, there's a balanced feel considering that there's a battery in there. I know it's tri-mode, which means you can connect it via USB, RF 2.4 GHz, and Bluetooth. Can you explain a little bit more in detail about how the RF is implemented?
Well, sure. So this features the ROG SpeedNova wireless technology, which offers ultra-low latency, reliable connection, and optimized power efficiency. The antenna is located near the F4 key. Yes, over there. It's for better reception.
How about the battery life?
Well, the ROG Azoth can last for up to over 2,000 hours when connected.
What, 2,000?
Yes, you heard that right, 2,000 hours when connected via RF. And as for Bluetooth, well, let's just say we've been experiencing some unexpected difficulties. You see, we've been testing this out for over 2 months now, and the battery just simply won't run out.
Oh.
We'll let you know the results when we have them.
I like those kind of difficulties. Yeah. And why does it feel so perfectly balanced?
Okay, so we were able to place the battery in the center near the top, so no extra weight are required to counteract.
Nice. So, is the ROG Azoth the gaming keyboard that you've been waiting for? Let us know in the comments. Until next time, this is Andrew.